So, guys, welcome back to Take It or Leave It. We've had myself and our guest Bennett here. We also, earlier today, we had Hanley and John, aka the Louisville Man. And now we have your very own Jonathan, our very own host. He's the grand finale here in this Take It or Leave It.
All right. Saving the best for last, is that what we're doing?
I wouldn't say that, but
I wouldn't either.
So you ready to start?
Yes, I am.
All right. Murray State, John Morant. Will they go to the round of 32?
If I'm correct, they're playing Marquette.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't have a lot of confidence in Marquette. I mean, they've never been a powerhouse school, obviously. They're not a school that is on the map college basketball-wise. However, they are good for their size of school, their conference. But Murray State is playing them in the first round. So, will they beat them? To stay on the safe side, I'm just going to leave this one. I do trust Marquette in order to get this win against Murray State. But I am leaving this because I do not have a whole lot of trust in Murray State. This is really a boring game that I'm not going to watch. But, to stay on the safe side, I'm going to leave this because I am a conservative, person, and I don't like to bet on things too much. I like to take the safer side. I'm going to leave this.
All right. You probably, if that's what you're saying, you're probably gonna leave this one too. Oregon Sweet 16.
It's not, in this case, I really just don't trust Oregon as a team. They come from one of the weakest conferences in Division I basketball, the Pac-12. If I'm correct, they only had Washington, Oregon, and Arizona State make it out of their conference. There could have been another team. But is Oregon going to be able to, A, get past Wisconsin, and then B, be able to beat a 4 seed or a 13 seed, whichever one comes out of that game, in order to make it to the Sweet 16? I don't trust Oregon that much. I will leave this one because I don't believe in Oregon as a team, and they're also in a pretty good region, so nah.
All right. I know that this has been, we've had a long debate about this one already. Belmont, round of 32.
I'm actually going to take it just for
fun.
I'm going to take it. Why not? I thought Belmont looked relatively good in their game last night against Temple. They showed up. They made it clear that they were the better team last night. Who are they playing again in the first round? Maryland. But Maryland, never been that strong of a basketball school. Definitely not a strong team this year. I think Belmont can ride the momentum that they had last night and defeat Maryland. So I will take this one.
All right. UVA, Final Four.
I'm going to take it. Obviously getting past Tennessee is going to be tough for them coming out of the South region. And, that this doesn't necessarily align with our one-on-one bracket that we've made. It's not going to align with my bracket once you look at it. But, this is definitely something that I think can happen easily. So, yeah, sure, I'll take it. I mean, is Virginia the type of team? They have a great defense. Their only losses this year have come against Florida State, Duke, and Duke. They haven't lost to anybody in the regular season other than Duke, who I think is the best team in college basketball. Yeah, I'll take Virginia making it to the Final Four.
So no double downs in these first four yet?
Hold that thought. I'm going to double down on Virginia.
All right.
Because I would like to get double points on this one. Obviously, the Virginia fiasco last year, I think that they're going to put that behind them. And I also think that that's going to help fuel motivation for their team. So, they want to make a statement this year and make sure that, people don't joke about them this year. I've made several jokes about them on the show.
More.
You've made probably 3 times as many as I've had. We're also roasting them in our music video. So, I think that they can, use that and try to prove people wrong this year. So I'll double down on them making the Final Four.
Iowa State, Sweet 16. Take it or leave it.
Who's their first round matchup again?
Is it the Is it the winner of? No, it's not the winner of. I know their second round matchup is
Houston.
It's Houston.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave this. I know that. Actually, hold that. I'm gonna take it.
All right.
Because they made a very good impression in the Big 12 tournament, and Iowa State, their whole program, football-wise and basketball, they know how to win big games. Like, they're not always consistent throughout the regular season, but when it comes down, they can upset good teams in both football and basketball. They obviously had to win a lot of upsets in order to get into the Big 12 Conference Championship and win that one against Kansas State. I'm going to take this just because I think Iowa State is a kind of school and a team that can get themselves into the Sweet 16.
All right, Buffalo, Sweet 16.
Leave it. No.
That all?
I mean, they're Buffalo. They're not that strong of a team. They're pretty good. Don't get me wrong, but
I took that one. I think they will make it there, but this isn't mine.
who would their round of 32 matchup be against?
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech's a really good team.
I think Buffalo.
I think that
I think Buffalo is a better.
Texas Tech has probably the best defense in the NCAA right now. So Texas Tech's a really tough team to beat.
All right. Will Yale beat Yale beats LSU and makes it into the round of 32. Take it or leave it.
I'm leaving it and I'm doubling down.
All right.
I mean, Yale. You go to Yale to get a degree and become a millionaire. You don't go to Yale to play basketball. LSU, they are a really good team. They're a much bigger school, and they have a much better sports program than Yale does. I'm gonna leave it, and I'm doubling down because I just really don't trust Yale. They're also a 14 seed who barely got into the tournament. So.
All right, Villanova and Jay Wright, Sweet 16. Take it or leave it. Or they have to play Purdue and Carson Edwards.
I'm going to leave it. As we said in our projections for this region, Villanova has lost Bridges, Brunson. Their core guys last year that led them to the championship are now gone. It's a much different team this year. I don't think they have the skill in order to get into the Sweet 16. I'm not even sure if they have the skill in order to get it into the round of 32. I think that they can. They need to be on the watch for an upset against St. Mary's. I believe is their first round matchup. Are they going to get into the Sweet 16? No. And hold this, put a hold mark because I may come back to this and even double down. That's how confident I am.
All right, we got Kansas Sweet 16.
I'm going to take that.
Really? Even with Auburn in that? They have to play. They have to play Auburn, which just won the SEC by crushing Tennessee.
That's true. I'm gonna leave it.
Shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, I don't trust Kansas that much. They obviously are a team who's been in this March Madness tournament a lot, and they're a great program, a great coach in Bill Self, but their team this year has not been the Kansas potential that it could be. So I'm gonna leave this, but I'm not that confident. So no double down here.
You haven't taken your ultimate risk here, just so you know.
Mm-hmm. I'll probably come back and do that at the end.
All right. Kansas State, Elite Eight. Take it or leave it.
Leave it. Kansas State is not Elite Eight worthy, especially they couldn't even win their conference. They lost to Iowa State in that upset in the conference championship. Kansas State, they were a great regular season team this year, but they don't have enough tournament experience in order to get all the way to the Elite Eight, which is a tough order. So I'm leaving this.
So you've left 5 in a row. You might take this one though. Duke as the champion.
I'll take it, yeah, because they actually are my champion. So if you look at my bracket, once it's visible, I don't know when that happens. I think Thursday once the tournament starts. I like Duke as a champion. I think that they're the best team in college basketball. I think they have the best player in college basketball. They obviously have RJ Barrett, who is a outstanding player. The leading scorer on that team who can put up 25 easily a night. I also have Cam Reddish, who struggled in the ACC tournament. We'll see if he can get it together in this tournament. I think he will, because I think he wants to make a good impression for scouts and to the world that he can be a great player and that he deserved to be the third best recruit out of the freshman class this year. I'm taking Duke as a champion.
All right, Florida State Final Four. Take it or leave it.
I'm gonna go ahead and leave that. I do have. Obviously, Florida State has to beat Gonzaga in the Elite Eight. Sorry, in the Sweet 16. They'll have to beat Michigan. In the Elite Eight if Michigan can get there. Florida State is in a really good region. For them to get to the Final Four, I think they can do it, and I actually did choose them to do it in my bracket. But this is a different style game, and I'm going to side with the chances here. The chances are Florida State doesn't make it into the Final Four, so I'm going to leave this one.
All right, Syracuse, they have a chance they won't have ties battle for this game. Will they beat Baylor and move into the round of 32?
Yeah, I chose them to do this in my bracket. Jim Boeheim, an amazing coach. Florida State is a program that's on the map. They beat Duke this year with Zion Williamson, without Nike's help. They also played Duke well in the ACC tournament. Yeah, I think that they can handle Baylor, who has been somewhat of a weak team this year. I trust Syracuse to win against Baylor and make it to the round of 32, even with health problems. So I will take this.
All right, my champion, the University of North Carolina Tar Heels. Will they make the championship game? Take it or leave it.
I'm leaving it. UNC. They beat Duke twice without Zion Williamson. Once they played them with Zion Williamson, they lost the game. I know it was close, but they lost the game. They have to beat a lot of good teams in order to get to the championship game. The chances are against them. I'm going to leave this one. I think somebody else stronger can come out of those regions. I don't think they're going to make it to the championship game.
All right, next we have the Liberty Flames. They're a popular upset pick right now. Will they beat Mississippi State and move into the round of 32?
I don't have them doing this. I'm going to leave this. Liberty. I really like Liberty as a school. Jared Falwell, everything that he's done there has been incredible. They are, on the map. I may even go to Liberty because I really like their school. We'll see what happens because that's really down the road personally. But back to them as a basketball team. It's impressive that they did make the tournament this year, but with barely any experience in this tournament, I really do not trust them to beat Mississippi State. Again, the chances are that they don't win this game, so I'm going to leave Liberty just because Mississippi State is a much better program. I don't trust Liberty enough to win the round of 32, and I'll actually hold that thought. Never mind. Let's move on to the last one.
All right, Gonzaga Final Four. Take it or leave it.
Leave it. I do not trust Gonzaga to make the Final Four after their loss to St. Mary's, and I know that there's arguments about Villanova losing in their conference tournament and still winning the championship last year. Villanova actually, they played a lot of good teams because they come from the Big East, which is a big conference. Gonzaga comes from the West Coast Conference, and they barely have to play any good teams. I know they beat Duke, but that was early Duke. Duke's definitely improved throughout the season. They lost to Tennessee, I think by about 8 or 9 points. So, they really don't have that good of a resume in order for me to acknowledge that they can make it to the Final Four against bigger programs and better teams. So I will leave this one, and I'm even going to hold that thought. All right, so now I believe I've done all my picks. I have one more double down left.
And you have your ultimate risk if you want to take it.
I might use that just because, to make things more fun for the viewers. Okay. So back up here at Kansas State, making the Elite Eight. I'm going to leave that and double down on that leave. So I now have all my double downs used. My ultimate risk, I'm going to use on Yale. You know, I know that Yale's a popular upset pick, but you know, it always bothers me when people say, "Oh, but it's this 3 versus 14 matchup." Historically, you know, one of these wins. Really, it doesn't happen all that frequently, and when it does, it's just because the other team. I really think that LSU is much better than Yale, and you know, 9 out of 10 times, LSU is going to beat Yale. I trust LSU to win in March Madness. I can't, you know, bet that much on Yale, but I can bet against Yale. So I'm going to use my ultimate risk against Yale. If Yale does win, I'm going to look, you know, like the biggest Dumbo on the planet, but
That's what. Well, all of us have our ultimate risk.
that's true. Are you doing one? I haven't
Yeah.
watched yours yet.
Yeah.
Alright.
I had Gonzaga not making the Final Four.
Oh, okay. That was also a good one. I probably, yeah. Mine is very risky because I'm basing it all on one game. But honestly, I don't trust Yale, and I'm gonna risk that they will not win. So sorry, Yale. Please don't hurt me. You know, maybe if I have some random chance of getting into your university, please do not decline my acceptance just because of this one moment. But honestly, I don't trust you enough to make it to the round of 32 and beat LSU. So I'm going to risk my whole entry into this competition that you won't make it.